Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Number 10, Marketa Vondrusheva. Number 9, Sloane Stephens. Number 8, Beatrice Haddad-Meyer. Number 7, Yelena Ostapenko. Number 6, Madison Keys. Number 5, Danielle Collins. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Elena Rybakina. Number 2, Arina Sabalenka. And number 1, Iga Swiatek.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses, such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win, 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 win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff, exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid, but these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay.
Ready? Play.
I want one more thing from you, Francisca. Can you look at the camera? And I want you to say, I am Francisco Jorge, and I am a friend of the show. Can you try it?
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend. Wait.
Go. It's okay.
I'm Francisca George, and I'm a fan of the show.
One more time. Can you say, I'm a friend of the show?
Friend.
Like amigo.
Friend.
A friend. So, because we joke, we have players come on all the time. They have no idea, but after they've been on, we say, oh, Yelena Ostapenko is a friend of the show. She has no idea. But so if we get you to say, I am Francisca Jorge, or how you say your name, and
I am Francisca Jorge, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect. Thanks, Fran. Just want you to do me one more thing. I want you to hold the microphone. I want you to look in the... Don't be nervous. I mean, listen, you've just beaten Yelena Ostapenko.
I'm not nervous.
No, you shouldn't be. If you can beat Ostapenko twice in one day, you can do this for sure. I want you to look at the camera and just say, hi, my name is, say your name, and then say, and I'm a friend of the show.
Friend of the show?
Yeah?
Okay. Hi, my name is Susan, and I'm a friend of the show.
Say your whole name for me. That's the only thing I want.
Sorry.
Surname too. No, you're doing great.
You're
doing
cutting,
great.
huh?
Yeah, I'll cut it up. Don't worry. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Cool. Thank you very much, Susan.
You're welcome.
Good luck for the rest of the tournament. And I will tag you on Instagram and you can reject. I do have one more tiny thing, which is I want you to look into the camera.
Yeah.
I want you to say your name.
Yes.
And I want you to say, I am a friend of the show.
I'm a friend of the show. Okay.
Perfect, yeah.
My name is Zeynep Sönmez and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
Ready? Play.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to finally meet you, mate.
Yeah, you too. Ahead of this first round match.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been on in a while, but it's probably a quick first match to come back to in Eager. Don't think it will be too long, but
Yeah, I was going to say because I said in the last stream that I've got to be off at about 2ish, but I reckon with Eager it's doable.
yeah, to under an hour. To be fair, you know what? I mean, yeah, exactly. I can't see it going much past an hour either, to be honest. What were you doing earlier? Were you doing the Sinner match or?
Yeah, so we kind of had like it was the three of us, and it was Sinner, and then Jabeur started a bit later, and we kind of just sort of were talking about some of the scores. Obviously, now that there's a rain delay, you've only got this one in Tsitsipas, so.
Yeah, I was watching the end of or watched the second set of the Jabeur match, and yeah, pretty entertaining stuff. I mean, every other return of serve, pretty much, Jabeur would just hit a drop shot on the return, and it was sort of working, to be fair. But
yeah, because it was mostly Nick watching the Jabeur match, and he was saying that every Vickery service game was just like Jabeur, like going for it.
Yeah, ridiculous. But yeah, classic rain delays in the first couple of days of a slam.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. You can really hear it though on the roof as well. It's really torrential rain.
See, I haven't had sound on, so I haven't been able to hear it, but I can imagine.
Yeah. All right, so I think Jeanjean won the toss. Is gonna serve first. Are you how do you feel about Iga? Do you feel like are you kind of in the same mindset as me and about how she's annoyingly good? It's kind of like that Max Verstappen dominance is kind of a bit annoying at times, personally. But
I mean, I think if I was just like it was my choice, I wouldn't be like seeking out to watch this match because I think I know what would happen. Like I think in the start of a slam, I'm kind of like I'll look for matches where I feel like there's a bit more competition, and I don't feel like this is one. I think she will win I've predicted to win the title again. I'd be surprised if she didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of agree. I think you you look for those blockbuster round one matches, and this probably isn't one of them. But then again, I mean, you know, Jeanjean, who knows the French crowd? I mean, it's not a packed stadium just yet, but could get behind her.
I feel like, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I feel like Jeanjean did get a win over Pliskova. I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember that happening.
Last year, did she get a wild card into the main draw or qualifying?
I'll have a look.
Yeah. Hey, KC, welcome.
Because I don't think she didn't get a wild card this year, did she? She qualified.
Yeah, exactly. And she qualified in Australia as well at the start of the year, but then lost in the first round, straight sets. Yeah, pretty dominant start. 2 break points for Swiatek to start. Although you were saying, I mean, yeah, I agree with you in the sense that there was probably no other viable option for a winner other than Swiatek. But I don't know. I'm going to put it out there. I mean, Osaka second round match, I think could cause problems. I mean, she was unconvincing yesterday in her win against Bronzetti, but I think she's picked up a bit of form in Rome, and she could potentially cause an upset there, I think.
I don't think it's like, I think if it was, say, a random 500 on clay, I think I would be a bit more like definitely Swiatek, but I think because it's at Roland Garros, the big occasion, Osaka might be more up for it.
Yeah. I mean, she's obviously got more experience on the big stages, but obviously, who knows? I mean, she's the queen of Roland Garros now, Iga. So
yeah, so that she's had a wild card, Jeanjean, the last 2 years before this year.
Into the main.
Yeah, and then so 2022 she beat Pliskova in the second round and got to the third and lost, and then last year she made the second round.
Oh wow, okay, so that's quite unfortunate then to get Iga in the first round this year, because yeah, pretty dominant start already. Break to 15 for Iga.
I think she actually, I saw on Twitter, she reacted to getting Swiatek in the first round with like a sad face on her social media.
Oh really?
Which is quite relatable.
Yeah, I do quite like seeing them. They come up more often now. People's reactions to the draws. I mean, there was one in was it Monte Carlo, or a few weeks ago it was who was it? I think it was Vashero, the Monegasque player, and he was reacting to getting someone in the first round. But
I feel like that was a thing. Yeah.
Also, have you seen the video that John put out a few days ago of him asking, or him, posing the question to Clara Burel about her draw, and he's just getting super mad at him. So funny.
I mean, I get kind of wanted to take it a match at a time, but I feel like with the first round, it's kind of, maybe that's just me as like a spectator, but I didn't personally understand it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit ridiculous. Like, you're going to find out anyway, so it's just like,
and I would also say, like, surely you'd want to be preparing for whoever like the opponent is, because every opponent's different, and you want to like use your strengths against their weaknesses.
Definitely. I mean, that's why I was interested to see why Nadal chose to practice with Rune the other day, because quite differing game styles to Zverev. I would have thought that he would have, chosen someone a bit bigger, a bit more of a similar game style to Zverev to prepare for.
Yeah, maybe like a her catch or something.
Yeah, precisely.
Maybe he's got too many bad feelings from Rome after playing her catch.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about that match later? I think straight sets. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying in the stream earlier that it's not ideal because with the roof being shut, because it definitely favours Zverev.
Yeah.
With obviously the serving and but and also I think we looked at the forecast and it's not going to be much better later, so we kind of expected it to be with a roof on. I could see it going 4 sets. I just don't think I can see Nadal taking it as much as that would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely not. I think, you're right. I think he will kind of push a set, maybe force a set a fourth. But yeah, I mean, there's all this talk about kind of a wide open men's draw, but to be honest, I mean, yes, I know, because obviously that was kind of being said when Alcaraz and Sinner were, doubts, but they look pretty solid already, so they look fine. But I think Zverev and Ruud are definitely up there, in my opinion. I think we could have Ruud, Zverev, Alcaraz, and Sinner as the 4 semi-finalists. I think it's possible.
I think I actually might have that, because I did a little prediction, and I think I'll have a look now. That actually could have been my semis, because I don't know if I trust Djokovic at the moment.
Yeah, if he even makes it that far, I mean, looking like he's struggled to get past the first week, to be honest.
I mean, that is exactly the same semis that I've got. But Djokovic is a weird one, because I could see him maybe losing early just based off his recent form, but also if he won the title, it's kind of like, well, it's Djokovic, of course he has.
Yeah, exactly. Swiatek racing to a 2-love lead, 7 minutes on the clock. I think Jeanjean was in that return game, but just dipped off.
The one thing she can't afford to do now is let it go to a double break, because Iga's such a good front runner, and you aren't going to catch her from a double break.
Yeah, she's just looking like she's playing already too defensively, which is something that you don't want to do against Swiatek. You don't want to let her dictate, and you got to bring it to her, especially on your service games. Got away with it there. Swiatek, Jeanjean. Swiatek plays an easy forehand into the net. I mean, she's only lost 4 matches this year. I mean, it's ridiculously good. It's almost Djokovic 2011. Oh, that is beautiful drop shot from Jeanjean.
And I think only one of them have been on clay to Rebecca in Stuttgart.
Yeah.
Which is and Stuttgart is kind of different kind of conditions to Roland Garros, so.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, do you think with the roof closed, it's probably...
Well, yeah, there is that, yeah.
Similar, but yeah, definitely very different vibes.
Definitely slightly more similar. And at the same time, like, Rebecca does have a good record against Iga, especially recently, and it's incomparable to, respectfully, to Jeanjean.
Yeah.
You got to get the respectfully in there.
Yeah, she's been competing mainly in 60 events and lower level tour events. So, but she's on the board now. Good service holds, takes it to 2-1. Did you do a predictor for the women's side, or?
Yes, I did. Because we were talking about, I think it was actually some of the producers, like, picks they put on social media, like almost like surprise picks, like dark horse picks. I think my random one for the women's draw, which has already gone down the pan, is Diana Schneider. I had her in the 4th round.
Yeah.
It's not gone well.
Who did she lose to?
I think she lost to Chloe Paquet, the French wildcard, yesterday.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been bad because it was the same as Kira was talking about, how she'd written an article about South American players, kind of particularly focusing on Jarry and Tabilo. And then, of course, they both lost in the 1st round.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, my semis, I've got Swiatek, Goff. I kind of went Zheng, which I feel like isn't particularly good off form, but it's ended up that way, and then Sabalenka.
Okay, what do you think Jeanjean could beat Rebecca if she gets that far? Or
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know why I thought that, but because
Yeah.
now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I should have picked Rebecca. But at the time, clearly, I was thinking Zheng.
Yeah. KCOS, when would Ribba and Iga meet? That would be a final clash if they make it that far. But yeah, for me, I've actually put I put Osaka, Goff, Rebecca, and Sabalenka. So I really do think that. I mean, that's more of my heart.
I was going to say
rather than my head, but I don't know. I think we saw glimpses in Rome of the better sides of her comeback. So
yeah,
hopefully she can continue to just be aggressive and just play good tennis.
Yeah, I mean, I have been impressed with her commitment to the clay court season because it's definitely not been her favourite previously. And I think the thing that she needs to do, say if Iga wins like we expect her to, and they play each other, I think she can't let Iga have it all her own way. She needs to be dictating the play, use her power, use her serve, and really try to get up on Iga's serve as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the only way you can really beat Iga. They've played twice before, never on clay, but
yeah. I think that's the thing is Iga's had the few people that Iga does lose to more often, like your Ostapenkos, Rebekina, they're hard hitters. They don't let her have her own way and have it all their own way. And I think Osaka's got to kind of take a leaf out of their book.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she mentioned a few weeks back of just, she's going in with a new mindset now of just, playing freely. And we've seen it this year. She never used to kind of, before she gave birth, even in the, her prime days, her mentality was good. But I've been impressed this year at how she's kind of approaching every point now and kind of, having that Rebekina mentality. I like to say is just forgetting about that point and just moving on. And I think that is key to succeeding, especially after a comeback like this.
Yeah, I feel like maybe when getting pregnant, she kind of knew that there's no expectation on her to come back because she's having a baby. She's kind of got that time to sort of miss tennis, and she'll come back when she can. And to be fair, she did come back pretty quickly. I think she only gave birth in July last year and came back in January. So I think it kind of, and just the things she was saying really showed that she had missed the tour.
Yeah, and she's just getting used to life with, tour life with with a baby. So
yeah, definitely.
A couple of shaky approach shots there from Iga, but she finds a big first serve to seal the game 3-1. She consolidates the break.
We were talking in the last stream about some of the Roland Garros outfits. Have you got any favourites? Because we were basically slagging off a lot of them, to be honest.
What, from this year's?
Yeah.
What, I haven't actually seen. I've been out of the loop. I haven't actually seen many. Which ones? I think I saw Medvedev's kind of.
I haven't seen that.
Boy in the striped pajamas one.
Right.
like
Yeah,
a sailor's outfit, but
we were basically having a go. Well, not having a go, but we were criticising the Nike outfits of Alcaraz and Sinner. Just basically saying they're just a bit like lazy, and I said that Alcaraz was a bit lost property because it just it's so like mismatched.
let's have a look. See which one you're talking about.
You'll probably love it now. I've said that.
Oh, what this kind of
Is it
navy
yellow
with the yellow shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one, to be honest. It's not one of his best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Adidas. I mean, I've always loved Nike, but I think Adidas sometimes they just get it right with the simple look. I mean, you can't really go wrong.
They had a period that was like really bad for Adidas. I think there was those shorts with the brown mark on it, is how I'm going to put it, and it looked like something else.
Yeah,
I think it was a few years ago. Because to be fair, I think what made me think of this, that the talk about some of the outfits this year is Eagers. It's different, and I do like it's different, but I don't like it. I'll be honest.
What the Eagers one?
Yeah, it kind of looks a bit like Mr. Maker.
Yeah, highlighter. It's not great. I mean, on running are normally quite nice. The those vests, like the Shelton one, they are nice, but yeah, not a fan of. It's too in your face sometimes.
But at least they try to be a bit like different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good play from Jeanjean there, just dealing with the deep return at her feet. How do you think Sabalenka will get on?
I've had her in the final. I've kind of gone predictable and gone another Swiatek Sabalenka final.
Yeah.
Her first round is it Erica Andreeva?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is probably the Andreeva you choose to play, but I think her draw is like it's workable. Like I don't think there's nothing in it that's particularly like going to trouble her massively.
Yeah.
But if I would be more inclined to think she would get a surprise loss than Iga, like every day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's more prone to one of those types of losses either way. But she's been, I mean, she's after a bit of a nervy kind of period after the Aussie Open, she's now back to form and kind of punishing. But she's always been more consistent than Swiatek at slams anyway. So
true.
Interesting to see if she can keep up the consistency this year.
Suppose in the second round she's got a qualifier like guaranteed, either Barrio Escorihuela, I've definitely butchered that, and Uchijima, which I know Uchijima is in good form, but I still think Sabalenka will have too much. And then it's the third round where it starts to get interesting with either Bolter, Badosa, Putintseva, or Stevens.
Yeah.
I feel like she's always in the same section as Badosa.
Yeah, I don't think Badosa will trouble her that much. Stevens probably out of those four is probably the more likely, I reckon, on clay.
That Roland Garros, definitely. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be Bolter as much as I'd like to back her.
Yeah, I mean, later on as well, we've got Dart Noskova, which, punishing there from Swiatek, gets the double break, 4-1, 28 minutes on the clock. Or was that 23 even? Yeah. Or 20.
Jesus.
Yeah, could be done pretty quickly. But yeah, a dart Noskova later. I think, even though there's British interest there, I think Noskova is definitely one to watch.
Yes.
I've picked her making. I think it was on a stream a month or so ago with Kira. I think I picked her making the top 20 by the end of the year or something like that. So
Right.
we'll see how she gets on.
And just to say that actually action on the outside courts has began again, so the rain must have stopped.
That's good. And I'm just going to flick over to Tsitsipas, see what the score is there. Okay, so he's 4-all on serve in the first set. Fucsovics is actually quite a tough first round.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think he won the title in Bucharest, I think, this year?
Yeah. First in a while.
Yeah, so he's obviously shown some form on clay this year.
Yeah, and he's always been dangerous.
Yeah. He's the sort of player that, like, you think he's going to do something, then you predict him to do something, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Then he does when you forget about him.
I mean, he's just flicked on here now. He's produced some back-to-back, well, 2 pretty good points in this game. Getting Tsitsipas with the drop shot. Keeping that forehand cross very deep to Tsitsipas, then utilising the space nicely. Tsitsipas as well, I mean, he's also prone to an early exit at slams as well.
Yeah, I can't remember what he did in the Australian Open, but I know it wasn't like a lot. I feel like he's obviously found a bit of form on the clay because he had a bad start to the year. Then he won Monte Carlo, but he does tend to always do well at that tournament.
Yeah. He always tends to get kind of. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Monte Carlo, I mean, Rude is another one for me who I think is just surely it's his time soon enough. Although it's, I think between him and Tsitsipas, they probably deserve a French Open title at some point.
I think I know he's reached the final the last 2 years, but I think if he's going to be any year, it's got to be this year. I feel like he's in a good half of the draw as well, with just Djokovic rather than both Sinner and Alcaraz. And I can see him get to the semis. Like, I've predicted that. I just don't know if he'll make the final.
What, Tsitsipas?
No, Rude. Sorry.
Rude. Yeah,
I'd like him to.
Yeah. To be honest, I think. Yeah, I can't see him getting past Zverev in that semi-final, but I could see him getting past Djokovic in the quarters. If they make it there.
Well, that's the thing. Me and Kira both had. I feel like this is quite an out there prediction, but we both had Tommy Paul actually beating Djokovic. We feel like he's quite a big match player and could pick upon Djokovic's vulnerabilities recently.
Yeah, it's definitely not out of the question for sure. He does like to show up when it matters.
I love hold for Iga there to pick it 5-1.
Yeah, pretty destructive here. Jeanjean's got to pick herself up.
It's kind of what we expected, really. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a shame that there's not more fans in the stadium getting behind her.
Because I think that would have made a bit of an impact, but it's kind of just the time of day, I think.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, just swatting away those second serves from Jeanjean. Yeah, very true, Ghosty. I think Rude probably, if we're using the word deserve, I think Rude probably deserves it more. But yeah, I mean, and to be fair, I'm gonna say I think Zverev, his time is surely soon. Surely soon. And despite everything going on, off court, I think his performances back end of last year and to start this year have actually been, he's been one of the most consistent players at the top of the game, and he is a big game player, but he needs to now push on to that next level. And he's won massive titles before, but he's just hasn't really done it in a slam.
I think he's been semis of the French Open the last 2 years. He lost to Rude in 2023, which obviously could be a semi-final again this year. It's such a tricky one this year with Nadal in the first round. Everything kind of feels like it's that feels like its own separate thing, and then the rest of the tournament is another completely different. It's his own story.
Yeah, literally.
Because Nadal doesn't lose in the first round of the French Open, but it's quite a real possibility this year.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, all this, he's come out and said recently that he's kind of taking back what he's been saying about retiring this year and kind of teasing everyone about possible continuation, which obviously makes, and I think, to be fair, why not? I mean, Roger did it as well, but no.
Well, because they've removed. They were going to have a farewell ceremony thing for him, but they've decided to cancel that now after what he said.
Oh, really?
I guess because I suppose it'd be a bit awkward if they have this whole big farewell and he's back next year.
Yeah, definitely. But that's like with Murray announcing in 2019, making a big deal about it, which I think is quite hard not to make a big deal out of it. But I think it's smart not to kind of say that you're going to retire and then, because you never really know with these things.
Yeah, because plans change, and I think a lot of Nadal's is not based on, as Iga takes the first set there, but Nadal's is based more on his fitness, not his desire to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we know what the tennis he can play.
Yeah, definitely. And he's even shown this year that flashes of it, but it's kind of not been, his fitness has not really allowed him to, but he does seem to be talking as if his body feels better than it has in the last 2 years.
Yeah, definitely.
27 minutes, that first set from Iga, which is about, unfortunately, what we expected.
Yeah, it's just, I think she's being too tentative, Jeanjean, on those service games. She's not taking it to Iga like she needs to.
Yeah,
she needs to get those big first serves in. She needs to come forward. I want to see her come forward more often. Bring it to Iga. I don't think she's come to the net once yet. But
Are there any other matches you've got your eye on for today?
Other than the Nadal Zverev match, I will have a look later at Dart Noskova just because of British interest, and mainly I'll see if I can get a stream up for Van Ash Shapovalov because I'm a big Shapovalov fan, and he's probably one of the only few players that I would, if I was going to follow a tennis player religiously every match, it would be Shapovalov. Especially since his comeback, it's painful. It's painful to watch, it really is.
it's so frustrating following someone that like has injury problems or just like form. And I mean, it's like I'm a big Raducanu fan, and it is difficult sometimes.
But it's not even. I mean, I get the injuries can hinder, someone. But with Shapovalov, it's like it's not even the injury. It's more just kind of. It's just not reaching his potential, like nowhere near his potential.
Yeah,
which is just frustrating.
Because he had kind of like shown big signs of it. I think it was Wimbledon semis in 2021, or have I made that up?
Yeah, 2021. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And like getting a career high ranking. And was he top 10?
I think he made 10th. Yeah, he made 10th.
Yeah, so he's a top 10 player, and now it's kind of been a bit downhill since then. Flashes, but nothing like consistent.
Yeah, and he kind of. I think another thing was that he came through when he was so young. It's the same with Felix, but Felix has obviously managed to be a bit more consistent. But still, when you come through at such a young age, it's kind of puts more pressure on. And I don't think he's that good with dealing with that kind of pressure, really.
Bit of a change in momentum at the start of this second set, as Jeanjean has 2 breakpoint opportunities.
Well. She must have, said something to herself at the set break there. Swiatek saves the first one.
It's a poor miss from Swiatek there as Jeanjean gets the break. Why have I just... I thought I was out, but never mind.
Yeah, she just dragged that backhand there. Doesn't clear the net. Jeanjean takes advantage, moves a step ahead in the second set. Could we see a completely different narrative now?
I mean, it'd be nice, I think, they'll be a bit more competitive, but I feel like I think it's more likely to amp Iga up a bit more to get the break straight back.
Yeah. She's just got to use this now. She's got to consolidate it with some big serving here.
Another match we were talking about earlier that's taking place later today is Svitolina Pliskova, which could be interesting. I think maybe more interesting, I don't know, a few years ago, but as a first round match, it's definitely one that stands out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Pliskova has kind of never really done too well in the French Open, but I think she's always won, even at her age. You can't really count her out.
Yeah, I think she's had some injury struggles recently, but with a serve like that, if your serve's far in, then it could cause problems for anyone.
Yeah, definitely. Who do you think will take that? I mean, Svitolina?
I think so. I think just because Pliskova missed Madrid and Rome and then played last week in Strasbourg and lost in the first round.
Yeah.
So I can't see. I think Svitolina played really well in Rome against Sabalenka and nearly won it, to be honest. I think if she shows any sort of form like that, I think it probably would be a Svitolina win.
Yeah.
She's got decent points to defend this year as well at both Roland Garros and Wimbledon.
1 sec. I'm just gonna go answer the door.
Cool, no problem. Jeanjean's made a good start to back up a break. 30 love. But Swiatek. It's a great forehand to bring it to 30-15. Would you call Saskia, would you call Roland Garros a home court for Svitolina? I'm assuming you're referring to her link with Monfils. I think she's very popular. Last year, I remember her having a lot of crowd support. Obviously, a lot of people supported Ukrainian players for obvious reasons. So I think maybe not a home court, but I think she'd definitely be one of the more popular non-French players. Do they live in France? I can't say I know that for definite. I'll have a look. I mean, Wikipedia is saying that they have residents in London. So whether that's still true, I don't know. And then for Monfils, it says Geneva. So who knows? (40-30) on Jeanjean serve to consolidate that break, make it 2-love, which would be a really positive start to the second set after a very dominant first from Swiatek. Swiatek hits a fantastic backhand down the line to force juice. And yes, a lot of players do live in Monte Carlo.
It's even watching that point there. I mean, so much better from Jeanjean just hitting the depth, but then it almost as if it was angering Swiatek, and she was just getting more aggressive in each shot. And now Swiatek comes forward and wins the point with a volley to set up a break point. That's the trouble with playing, with such a gulf in quality, is that, when the lower ranked player starts to kind of play a bit better, it can anger the higher ranked player and force them to pull out some of their best tennis.
As well, in the Sinner match earlier against Eubanks, they both had about 10 breakpoint opportunities, but Sinner took 5 and Eubanks took 1, and it's just, you've got to take those chances.
And I think that's a really massive indicator of the different Swiatek with a great return right at her feet. Jeanjean can't get it back, gets the break back, but that's a real indicator with the difference between the good players and the great players is taking those massive points.
Because the thing is, the tennis scoring system works in a way that it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter how many points you win. It matters like when you win these points, because you can win more points than your opponent and still lose a match.
Yeah, that's what's baffling for other people to understand. And I can't remember what it was, but it was a recent Grand Slam final, and I think it was the loser actually won more points than the winner, and in a Grand Slam final as well, that can happen.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like the best players, say if a set is going away from them, sometimes they just sort of not like give it up, but sort of just they don't put everything into it so they can regroup and go to the next set.
Yeah,
which I think is easy to do in the men's draw when you've got 5 sets to play with, whereas the women's draw can provide more upsets because it is best of 3.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, really nice from Jeanjean there, just stepping in on that second serve, putting the return right at Swiatek's feet. That's what she's got to do. She's got to bring it to her, especially on those return games. think on the mental as well, talking about Rublev there in the chat, but I think, what is it, Rublev could be a projected quarter with Alcaraz. So I don't know how Alcaraz played yesterday. I haven't watched the highlights of that, but that's another potential upset for me.
I didn't watch Alcaraz either, but everything I've heard is pretty good. I mean, he's kind of playing down his chances, but I think that's just a kind of a PR move as such.
Yeah, I think in best of 5 as well. I think Alcaraz has probably got him, but to be honest, I think Rublev. I said at the start of the year, I think this is Rublev's year to break that quarterfinal curse, and it's looking more likely that he will with his recent results.
Is it 9 or 10 he's lost? It's a lot.
Something ridiculous like that. But I think we'll see him. Could potentially see him go one better this year. Not at Wimbledon. It's got to be either in Paris or New York. But
yeah, I think I'm assuming this quote here from Ghost that you've apparently said is not true.
Jerome trains in Coventry. He's been quoted as saying, "No on earth will you find the sophistication and raw passion for tennis that exists right here in Coventry." Well, it could be true, but no, it's not. I'm not. Are you from Coventry? Is that?
Yeah, I think that's why they've said it.
Okay. Yeah, I think not got the most similar accents, but
I don't think Coventry is a particularly tennis hotspot. I'll be honest.
Yes, obviously the football's the one what's been driving the city in recent times.
Definitely.
Oh, Swiatek has just, I've never seen that before. Jeanjean was near the baseline and Swiatek has fired a forehand. It was going well long, but Jeanjean just couldn't move out of the way and it hits her.
I think I'm slightly behind, so I'll wait and watch it.
Yeah, interesting. What have you been? What's this? So Moratoglu talking about that recently. That even Big Three won only 54% of their points in their careers. Yeah, exactly.
That must be so frustrating when you've just you're just playing a point and the ball hits you, the ball's going out, but you just can't physically move your body out of the way.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Once I was playing in a doubles tournament and on match point, we were match point down. It was 9-8 them in the tiebreak, and they served, and I'm standing like near the tee, but right. I'm not the one returning.
Yeah.
And it just hit. He just serves it into my foot, and I couldn't move. And on match point down, it's so gutting.
Brutal.
So gutting.
That's the thing, is tennis just does have these rules, which, I mean, they're fair rules, but it's just in that moment, that's such an important point.
Yeah, genuinely. Hey Jake, good afternoon. I play on the ad side, Ghosty. I'm a Benoit Paire type player. My backhand is a lot better than my forehand.
Do you play a lot?
Yeah, played a lot at uni and then kind of trying to keep it going this year. I joined my local club in Wimbledon this year, so trying to get back into tournaments and stuff. How about yourself?
I mean, I do play from time to time, but it's definitely slowed down over the years. I play more just for a bit of fun now. I have, in the past few summers, joined the local tennis leagues that they do. But I don't know if I'll be able to do one this year. We'll just have to wait and see.
yeah, it's a lot harder as you get older. It's a lot harder to keep it going.
That's the
is what
thing.
I've found, and you either kind of take it seriously or kind of, in these tournaments that I play, a lot of the guys I'm playing are kind of young and they trying to make it pro, whereas I just want to play competition for a bit of fun, not take it too seriously.
Yeah, because in the last stream they were saying that out of everyone on the Talking Tennis team that you looked most like a tennis player, which
I look most like a tennis player.
Apparently so.
Yeah, just serve bot from south of England. Unforced errors set 2, Swiatek 9, Jeanjean 1.
Interested.
Which is interesting. She has definitely dropped off, but I think it's because she's going for it a lot more. So naturally, those unforced errors are going to come. Couple of game points for Jeanjean to get level.
Currently a tiebreak going on in Tsitsipas Fucsovic at 6-all as well. So I saw must have at least had one set point.
Yeah, I'm gonna just switch over to that because Jeanjean has held.
Oh, it's Tsitsipas was 6-4 up.
7-6 Fucsovic serving for it.
Interesting.
Wow. Did you say Tsitsipas was 6-4 up?
Yeah, so weirdly, actually, I was looking at the breakdown. It was 4-2 Fucsovic and then 6-4 Tsitsipas. So he won 4 points in a row. Then Fucsovic now won 3 points in a row.
Oh, and he's missed the forehand 7-all. I actually have not clocked my serve speed yet, Sean, but that is something I want to do. I just haven't found. We don't have that at my club. I would like to try and do that one day. Yeah, paddle is much better than pickleball. If pickleball is, as popular as it is, I think paddle is going to grow into what it already is, a massive sport. But
I feel like paddle is getting bigger in the UK and pickleball is getting massive in the US.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you don't really see pickleball being played much in England or Europe.
I think we're on the right side of things at the moment.
Oh. And it's 8-7 now, Tsitsipas. Serving for it. How a match can change. And Tsitsipas takes it. Big sigh of relief there. Wow. Back to the Swiatek match. Yeah, Sean, I feel like squash is it's almost a bit like outdated now with all these new sports and other developments coming in. Like I used to play as well, but yeah, I feel like it's not really got the pull factor as it once had.
I wonder if it would benefit by being added to the Olympics, because I don't think it's in the Olympics.
I think, isn't it from? I think it was one of the. Was it one of? No, I think it's one of the sports added to the 2028 Olympics. I think.
Oh right, okay.
I might be wrong though.
If that is the case, then maybe that would be beneficial for squash.
Yeah, let me
get more eyes on it.
Yeah, it is. It's confirmed for the 28 Olympics. That will definitely help.
Is the 28 Olympics LA?
Yeah. That's going to be interesting with like flag football and stuff. We'll see. Yeah, Jake, if it's nice, play it twice.
Kren Boogie saying Monfils is going to do something special. He's playing in the night session tonight against Zboch Filch.
Yeah, another winnable match for him as well.
I think the crowd are going to be electric.
Yeah, to say the least. Monfils in Paris night session doesn't really get much bigger.
Yeah. But it's not an easy opener on clay, especially.
Yeah, playing against the Latin American clay court player, but did he was it last year that he beat Medvedev?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the first round.
Yeah, so you never know. But then again, Medvedev's not the clay court specialist himself, is he?
But before that, obviously the big one with Nadal and Zverev, which will be on Talking Tennis. I'm not quite sure who's doing that, but you'll be in capable hands, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's Nick and Damien and a couple others.
Right. Very capable hands.
Is it following this on Chatrier?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I mean, and try and have a productive bank holiday, but when you've got matches like, I mean, the 2 weeks of a slam, you never really have time for anything else.
I feel like, especially in the first few days, it's just like there's just so much to watch.
Yeah, it's so hectic. Settled down a bit next week, but yeah.
At the same time, actually quite a nice day, so I kind of want to get outside at some point as well.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's really nice from Jeanjean. Pulling Swiatek in with the drop shot and doing her with the eyes, just pulling it past her. She needs to stay in contention here, because if she gets broken, then that's virtually match complete.
A Monfils French Open title would be epic. It would. I don't know how likely it is anymore, but it would definitely be iconic, to say the least.
Yeah. Do you think that would be that would probably be one of the biggest stories from the year, even in the year that's had Nadal and would that be bigger than Nadal retiring as a story? Probably not. Definitely not. But it's a very big story.
I feel like at the time it might feel like that, but it's. I just feel like of all moments for Monfils, if he would win a title now, would be so unexpected because he hasn't even been in good form either.
Yeah. Double fault from Jeanjean.
If Iga wins the title, would Rafa present her the trophy? I don't think so. I think that would be a bit like, I feel like that's kind of like an ex-player thing to do. And I feel like Rafa still is speaking as though he's got at least the rest of this year ahead of him.
Yeah. What's it like in Madrid, isn't it? Lopez, the tournament director, he's yeah.
Because I think a lot of people had kind of thought, maybe people who weren't as into tennis kind of thought, oh, Nadal's retired after the French Open, but he never said that. And he's in the Wimbledon entry list. I'm pretty sure he's wanted to play the Olympics. He signed up for the Laver Cup, which is like September, I think.
Yeah. The media do love to kind of, we love to kind of make stories out of things. But
if anyone's going to get a good headline, it's going to be Nadal.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure I've read a few in my time that have been a bit questionable.
Yeah, it's the same with Murray though. I mean, and I completely understand, but I think, as I said before, I think players should be, try not to make a massive deal about things. I mean, sometimes it can be, for players like Nadal and Murray, that is natural, but yeah, I don't know. Within 2019, for example, I mean, he probably thought he actually was retiring, but
yeah,
but.
And I feel like he's kind of been vague this year. He said likely and summer, which is kind of not specific. So it's given him that chance to sort of pick and choose what he wants to do without being stuck to anything.
And I do sort of kind of feel like he's probably saying that because he was just getting so many questions about it. He wanted to just kind of...
Yeah. Because he was fed up of it.
Yeah.
Now Swiatek have a break. I think she holds here. I can't see any way back for Jeanjean.
Yeah, cursed it by saying that Jeanjean has to hold.
Yeah.
And then she instantly gets broken. But yeah, I think it's running away from her pretty quickly. Looking like you will be set to go at your required time.
Yes. I mean, I think now I can just sort of 2-ish is fine.
Yeah. They make a big deal of things because the money behind them wants them to. Yeah, but that's a personal choice as well, though. They don't have to sign up to those campaigns. They're not forced to.
You think Nadal should retire mid-press conference? Well, I mean, that's when are you going to retire? I mean, it's definitely underwhelming. But I suppose it would serve a point.
Yeah. Interested to see what Murray can do on the grass. Obviously, not very hopeful, but yeah, depending on his draw, I think he could maybe get to third round. Do you think?
Yeah, it's so draw dependent because the thing is, like, we would have said the same here, and now his draw is so bad. It's tricky. Oh, I've just seen another one here says interrupted, which suggests that maybe the rain might be back.
Yeah, probably can.
It's a shame. But obviously, these are firmly under the roof, so we're definitely going to have a finish to this match.
Yeah. Yeah, journalism is dead. You're right. Sports journalism, especially, it's dying out. It's a dying industry. I mean, if you want an indicator as to what life is like working life is like in a post-COVID world, just this, me and Matt, colleagues, but we're only just meeting now.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, because it's not just talking tennis that we both work for.
Yeah. Just remote work is just, I mean, yeah, it's a bit tough. You want to get out there sometimes.
It's got pros and cons.
Yeah, definitely.
I think some days the cons just feel like stronger than the pros. Just like there's the convenience of it, but also it's quite monotonous sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Jeanjean's starting to stay in it now, but Swiatek is just, clicking into gear. Love 30, 2 points away from the match. I think, Sean, it depends on your kind of age, I think for a lot of older people, I think that's the preferred line, but for a lot of younger people. They want to be getting out and getting in, talking to people. Me personally, and a lot of people, younger people I know, that's the case. Maybe 4 days a week out, and then 1 day from home. But I think if you're older, more commitments. Yeah,
I feel like hybrid is probably the preferred for most people. I feel like just having that mix of like not always having to go to work or travel to work, but also having some days you are surrounded by people and not just four walls.
Yeah, precisely. And there it is, finished and sealed with a backhand winner from Swiatek. Takes it 2-1 in just over an hour.
Pretty impressive.
Pretty dominant. Yeah, I mean, sort of mixed feelings because you thought there was, Jeanjean was going to click into gear a bit at the start of the second set when she took the break. She just couldn't consolidate it and was too lackluster on her own service games, and the world number one took advantage.
I feel like even though there's only one game in the two sets, I feel like the second set was significantly more competitive.
Yeah, that means she sets up a second round clash against Naomi Osaka.
Excited.
Also a 4-time Grand Slam champion. Interesting to see what will happen in that match. It's their first meeting on clay. They've played twice before, 1-1 in the head-to-head. Obviously, Osaka's going to have to pull out some special tennis to beat Swiatek. But I think that she is capable of doing it. And if things fall in the right place in her game and she sees the ball well, I think she can cause some damage in the second round.
Yeah, our producer's just asking why you think Osaka can win. I think you just think she's got that firepower that has caused Swiatek problems in the past against other opponents.
Yeah, and I think even though, the start of this season wasn't a great start to her comeback year, I think in Rome, last couple of weeks, she showed glimpses of what she can do. And even in the last few months, she's kind of just taken a different approach to her game. And we're seeing her more focused and playing more freely. And I think that's the kind of attitude that got her to those, those heights in the sport and those Grand Slam titles. So yeah, if she can just play freely and bring it to Iga, then I think it'll be a great contest, one to watch out for on Wednesday, definitely.
Because the thing is, like, Osaka doesn't have really anything to lose because she's expected to lose that match. So she should just go for it, as you say.
Precisely. And I think, to be honest, I think Osaka wants those big matches. I think she's one of the players that probably would, play better if she's playing against a counter-puncher or just an aggressive player in Iga. I think that gives her something to play off.
Yeah, definitely.
As for Jeanjean, I was going to say respectable, but maybe not. But respectable to get through qualifying and at your home slam and make it to a slam main draw. It's a big achievement. I'm really unfortunate to come up against the world number one in the first round. But I'm sure we'll see her back in slams in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially it's even more impressive to qualify after probably being a bit disappointed not to get a wild card. So it's impressive from her.
Definitely. Well, I think we shall call it there, but definitely move over to the other streams that we've got going on for the Zverev Nadal blockbuster match of the day.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt, for joining me.
No problem. Nice to speak to you finally.
Yeah, always a pleasure. And I'm sure we'll see most of everyone soon. But enjoy the Roland Garros content.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
Ready? Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca Jorge, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Number 10, Marketa Vondrousova. Number 9, Sloane Stephens. Number 8, Beatrice Haddad-Meyer. Number 7, Yelena Ostapenko. Number 6, Madison Keys. Number 5, Danielle Collins. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Elena Rybakina. Number 2, Arina Sabalenka. And number 1, Iga Swiatek.